My name is Jeff Thomas, and joined the Air Force in 1978, and that's where my alcohol problem really started. Was a contractor in Saudi Arabia for 6 years. You'd figure in Saudi Arabia it would be a dry country, but it wasn't. I thought maybe this would help problems that I was having get away from them, but 9 times out of 10 it just intensified it. But that didn't stop me from drinking. And I tried many times on my own to quit. I thought I had the strength to do that, and it never worked out that way. It was just a continuous cycle. My daughter, while she was in high school, started attending a church. It was called New Hope. It was down here on North Dixie. And being the smart young lady that she was, she conned me into drumming for the worship team at her church. I reluctantly got behind the kit. In 2011, after service, my daughter came up to me. I always get emotional with this. And she gave me a hug and she said, "Daddy, it's time." And it was like I was all consumed. I didn't know what I was doing. Took my phone out, took my belt off, took my shoes off. And I walked up to our pastor and asked to be baptized. That's when the next round of battles began. Because they tell you when you get baptized, it's not over. That's when the devil really kicks in and really decides to fight for you, to keep you away from Jesus. And that's kind of what happened with the booze. It just continued. Even though I was going to church, I was getting closer to God, I wasn't ready to let go and let Him fix me. So fast forward to October 5th of 2025. I'm down in my basement. Between that night and the next day, I put down probably about a liter of vodka. My wife came down. I had to try to explain to her what was going on. She knew I was drunk. She's been praying for years that I would stop drinking. The next day, after much discussion with my wife and a lot of prayer, we decided to check out CR. I wanted something that was biblical based because I do believe in Jesus Christ as my Lord and Savior. And I wanted a program that was going to continue to instill that and lead me down that path. So here we are, January 12th, 2026. I'm 93 days sober. Through the grace of God, by the grace of God, His redemption, I've lost the thirst that I used to have for the alcohol. That's something I prayed for many times. And I think that's something that God has honestly put on me, that you're free to not do that. You're not a slave to that anymore. We're all broken people. And God is there and He wants to redeem us. He wants to forgive us. He wants to bathe us with His grace. And CR is showing me that.